Good morning, students. Today I'll be explaining Unit 11 Nouns, Number. In this unit, we will revise countable and uncountable nouns. We will also revise how to form plural nouns and learn a bit of subject verb agreement. Students, you know that nouns can be countable or uncountable. When we can clearly mention how many of the same kinds of persons or things we are talking about, we place them in the group of countable nouns. But there are some common nouns which cannot be counted. We can't say one milk, two waters, or many bread. Instead, we say one cup of milk, two glasses of water, or many slices of bread, or many loaves of bread. Such nouns are called uncountable nouns. Nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns. They usually have singular and plural forms. Nouns which cannot be counted are called uncountable nouns. Most of them do not have plural forms. And remember, uncountable nouns require singular verb. Example, milk is good for health. Here milk is uncountable, so we have used the verb is with it. Second example is bread was stale. Bread is uncountable, so we have used the verb was with it. Now, you already know that a noun which refers to one thing or person is said to be in the singular form, and a noun which refers to more than one thing or person is said to be in the plural number. Now, most of the nouns are made plural by adding an s. Let's look at the example. Pen, you just add s and then it becomes pens. Pencil, you add s, it becomes pencils. So to form plural forms of most noun, you just have to add a s at its end. Book is books and file is files. Now there are some rules which you have to keep in mind to form plurals. Now the first rule says to form plural of most of the nouns, we add s to the singular noun. Let's look at the example. Arrow, if you want to make it plural, you just have to add s. Arrow, arrows, bird, birds, cake, cakes, ear, ears, flower, flowers, girl, girls, horse, horses, kite, kites, lion, lions, ship, ships, orange, oranges, word, words. All these examples shows that you just have to add a s at its last to make them plurals. Now the second rule says nouns which end with s, double s, ch and x form their plural by adding es. Now you just have to keep in mind that all those words which end with s, double s, sh, ch and x, if you want to make them plural, you just have to add es at its end. Bus has got s at its end, so for making bus plural, you just have to add es, so it will be bus, buses. Bunch has got ch at its end. If you want to make it plural, you just have to add es to it. Church, churches. The word box has got x at its end, so you just have to remember that you just have to add es to make it plural. Box become boxes. The word dish has got sh at its end, so you just have to add es to make it plural. So dish become dishes. Wish, again I have to add es at its end to make it plural. So wish becomes wishes. Class has got double s at its end, so you just have to add es to make it plural. So class becomes classes. Fox has got x. Keep in mind to add es to make it plural. So fox become foxes. The third rule is most of the nouns that end in consonant plus o need es to form plurals. Now, this rule says wherever the last before o, if there is a consonant. Let's look at the example. The word hero, o is there at the last, but before o there is r, which is a consonant. So all such words which have got o at the last, but before o there's a consonant, so you have to add es. Hero, add es becomes heroes. Buffalo, buffaloes. Mosquito, mosquitoes. Zero, zeros. Mango, mangoes. Tomato, tomatoes. Now, as we have talked about the confusion, there are some exceptions to this rule. Now, students, keep in mind there are exceptions in the rules. For example, photo, in the word photo, last O is there, but before OT is there, which is also a consonant. But in this case, you don't have to add ES, rather you have to add S. So, photo becomes photos. And same way in the word piano, at the last O is there, but before O there is N, which is again a consonant. So in this word also you have to add S, you don't have to add ES. So exceptions are always there in grammar, which you have to keep in mind. Now the fourth rule says the nouns that end in F or FE. Now keep in mind all those words which have got F or FE at its end, you have to remove that F or FE and use VS to make or form the plurals. Now look at the word calf. It has got F, so you have to remove that F and add VS. So calf become calves, loaf become loaves, leaf become leaves, and half become halves in plural. Now knife has got FE at its end, so you have to keep in mind that you have to remove FE and add VS. So knife become knives. Same way life becomes plural in life. Wife is wives in plural, thief is thieves in plural. So this again you have to keep in mind that wherever there is F or FE at the end of the word, and if you want to form the plural format, you have to remove F or FE and add VS instead of that. Now again there are some exceptions to this rule. Example, chief, you can also add S at its last to make it plural. Proof, proofs, roofs, roofs. We can also say scarf. For such words, either you can add S or remove F and add VS. Both forms would be correct. Hoof, hoofs, hoof, hoofs, dwarfs, dwarfs, and dwarfs. As per the rule, exceptions, you can add either S or remove F and add VS. Both the forms would be correct. Now, the fifth rule says, in all those words which have got consonant plus Y, you have to remove that Y and add IS to form the plural form of such words. Let's look at the example. In the word city, uh, it is ending with Y, but before Y there is a T, which is again a consonant. So in such cases, you have to remove the Y and add IES. So city will become cities, lady, ladies, diary, diaries, family, families, candy, candies, butterfly, butterflies, stories, stories, duty, duty. So as per this rule, you have to remove that wherever there's in the word is ending with Y, but before Y there's a consonant, so you have to remove the Y and add IS to form plurals. Now, the next rule says, the rule number 6, that in all the words which have got Y at the end, but before Y there's a vowel, not a consonant. Such cases, you don't have to remove the Y, rather you just have to add an S to it to form the plural forms. Ray will become rays, boy, boys, key, keys, story, stories, valley, valleys, monkey, monkeys. Now, there are some words which do not follow any rules. If you want to make the plural form, you don't have to stick to a particular rule. Let's look at the example. MAN, men, will change into MEN, men, as the plural form. Women will become women. Child will become children. Ox, oxen. Foot, feet. Louse, lies. Mouse, mice. Tooth, teeth. Now, all these words, they don't follow any particular rule for changing into plural forms. Now, let's revise the rules. Rules for forming the plurals. Most nouns add S to form plurals. Nouns that end with SH, CH, X, Z or S add ES. Nouns end with vowel plus Y add S. Nouns end with consonant plus Y, change Y to I and add IS, that is, remove the Y and add IES to it. Nouns that end with F or FE, change F or FE to VS. Nouns end with vowel plus O add S. Noun ends with consonant plus O add ES. Please remember these rules so that you form the plurals correctly. Now, again, some non-singular and plural forms of noun. Let's look at the table carefully. Now there are some nouns which have got plural forms. Pencil is pencils, car, cars, city, cities, woman, women, book, books, dictionary, dictionaries, lessons, lessons, foot, feet. Now, these nouns have got plural forms, but there are some nouns which do not have any singular form. The examples are cattle, trousers, scissors, pliers, pulleys, glasses, pants, shorts. These nouns do not have any singular form. Now, there are some nouns which do not have any plural form. Example, news, information, measles, furniture, baggage, advice, knowledge, rubbish. These nouns do not have any plural form. Now, we'll be discussing about the subject-verb agreement. Now, using singular and plural noun in sentences, you need to know if the noun is singular or plural. When you write a sentence, in sentence the verb changes from singular or plural noun. Now you have to remember that singular with singular noun the verb will be different, and with plural nouns the verb would be different. It has to agree with the noun. We will learn about this in subject verb agreement. Now let's look at the example. A cow eats grass. In this sentence the word cow is singular. So with cow, in the verb eat, we have add an s. The verb is eats. The verb form eats for the singular noun. Now, if you want again to make the noun plural in another sentence, let's look at the example. Cows eat grass. Here, the word cows has become plural. So, we have to remove the s from eat, the verb, and then the noun cows plural, so the verb form eat is for the plural. In singular, if the noun is singular, it will take s, but if the noun is plural, it will not take s in its verb. Now, singular and plural of verb to be. Now, there are some examples which you must know that in a sentence, how the singular form of noun is used and how the plural form of noun is made. A library is a useful building. In this, a library is a singular noun, so we have used the verb is with it. And if you want to change the noun into plural, so a library will change into libraries. Is the verb which will be changed into are, and again useful will remain same, no change in it. But building again is a singular noun, so you have to change it into plural. So you'll have to add s to buildings. So the nouns, if you want to change the singular noun into plural noun in a sentence, you need to keep this in mind, that a library will become libraries, is will change into are, and buildings will change into buildings. Let's look at the second example. She is a clever girl. In this again, she is a singular pronoun. So you will change she into they. The verb is will be changed into are. There will be no change in adjective. Now girls again is a singular noun. It will be changed as girls to make the plural form of it. Let's look at the third example. Is it a new shelf? Now again, if you want to change it into plural, is will be replaced with are. Since we are starting the sentence, the a of are would be capital. It will change into they. A new, you have to remove a from it because a denotes a single thing. So new will be there, and shelf would be changed to shelves. Fourth example, are these boys hungry? Again, here this is again the plural have to be changed into singular. So are will be replaced with is. These will be replaced by this. Boys will become boy, and hungry there will be no change. So is this boy hungry? Now let's look at the fifth example. He isn't a worker. Here again he will be replaced by they. Isn't will change into aren't, and worker will become workers in the plural form. Now, singular and plural forms of nouns. A noun can refer to one thing or to more than one thing. Singular means one, plural means more than one. Example, I'm wearing a hat. The noun hat is singular. I'm wearing just one hat. So, example, now if you want to change it again into plural in another sentence, you just have to remember there must be over 100 hats in the shop. So the noun hats is plural. So there are more than 100 heads. Now is will be replaced by are and hats will be again. A hat will become heads. Now, another rule says non-countable nouns do not have plural forms. They act like singular nouns in sentence. Example, the water is deep. Here, the word water is non-countable. So, it is used as a singular noun. With water, we have used the verb is. Another example, I would like some ketchup with my fries. The noun ketchup is non-countable. So, it is singular and the determiner some can be used with singular nouns. Now, some nouns are the same in singular and plural. For example, deer, sheep, species, hare. These words remain same whether they are singular or plural. Example, we saw a beautiful deer at the zoo. Here, deer, we are treating it as one deer. But if you want to again use it in a plural form, the deer are running from the cheetahs. Here we are treating the deer as plural. That means there are several deer, but the form doesn't change. There are some words which remain same in singular form as well as plural form. Now, collective nouns are usually singular. Even though they might sound plural, they refer to a group or collection as one item. So, collective nouns are treated as one item. So, you have to keep in mind that you have to use is or was with them. Example, $100 is a lot of money for such a small box of candy. In this sentence, the $100 is treated as a collection. It is like a single unit which the verb agrees. Example, another example is the crowd is getting very impatient. Here, the word crowd is a collective noun, so you have to use the verb is with it. The crowd refers to a group, it acts like a single item, and the verb is agree. Hope the subject verb agreement is clear to you.